Hello, this is Mr. Young and welcome to Lesson 2.4, Solutions, Suspensions, and Colloids. Please make sure you have something to write with and something to write on before proceeding. You'll find these notes helpful throughout the course. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to classify mixtures as solutions, suspensions, or colloids and be able to define and use the vocabulary word solution, suspension, and colloid. Before moving on, record the vocabulary in your notebook and leave space for definitions and examples. What is the main difference among solutions, suspensions, and colloids? The size of the particle in a mixture influences the properties of the mixture, and depending on the size of its largest particles, a mixture is classified as a solution, a suspension, or a colloid. Please understand that these three types of mixtures are not limited to mixtures of a solid and water. They can also involve gases and other liquids as well. A solution is known as a homogeneous mixture, a term we learned in Lesson 2.3, and the same examples apply. We could also add salt water and the air we breathe as examples of a solution or homogeneous mixture. It is possible to separate the components of a solution by using the differences in boiling points. A boiling point is exactly what it sounds like, the temperature that a substance boils. The water we drink contains many dissolved compounds. One of the oldest methods for separating these solids from the water is to evaporate the water, leaving behind the solids, which have a much higher boiling point compared to that of water. If you capture and cool the water vapor, we have some relatively pure drinking water. A colloid has a particle that is larger than you would find in a solution, but smaller than those found in a suspension. Like solutions, colloids do not separate into layers. You cannot use a filter to separate the parts of a colloid like you could with a suspension. You may be familiar with colloids if you've ever seen rays of light passing through a window. Also, a fog is a colloid. By now, you should be able to classify mixtures as solutions, suspensions, or colloids, and be able to define and use the vocabulary words solution, suspension, and colloid. This concludes our lesson.